As we speak, myself and other Houston hosts are experiencing hundreds of cancellations by the hour in the announcement that Houston canceled the rodeo, which is a gigantic event for us and a large source of our Airbnb revenue. You hosts in Austin just experienced the cancellation for South by Southwest. It's happening everywhere. Big cities are canceling major events as a precaution to prevent people from getting sick. But now all the people that wanted to come to your city for the fun reason, they're canceling their reservations. I'm gonna teach you how to handle this situation. This is a rare one, but there's a way through it. And there's some things that you can do to prevent Airbnb from taking all of your money and a way that you can recover through this. I'm also gonna talk to you about some changes that Airbnb is making to their cancellation policies now due to this little epidemic we're all going through. So my name's Sean Rakic, Airbnb Automated. Let's talk about extenuating circumstances, cancellations, and recovering lost revenue, of course, in your plan B for your calendar. Welcome back, Airbnb family. My phone's blowing up. We're losing tons of reservations left and right. So yes, this happens to me too. We have a plan. We always have a plan. As a host, as a business owner, you should have a plan for situations like this. And sometimes this stuff hits you so fast that you've got to make your plan on the fly. So I want to talk to you about my reservations that we're losing, how we're handling guests that are asking for refunds, and we're just going to plug right through it. So we're not getting a situation that a lot of you hosts are dealing with, which is where Airbnb is automatically siding with guests and giving them refunds. We've heard that hosts have been dealing with this, where Airbnb has been making mistakes and giving people full refunds against your strict cancellation policy because of extenuating circumstances. So step one for this, regardless of where you are, I want you to take, it's in the description right now, I'm leaving a link to Airbnb's extenuating circumstances regarding the whole virus. And I want you to read it, and I want you to know it, and then I want you to keep reloading it every day and check for updates, because right now they're providing special circumstantial refunds to guests in highly affected areas, and they're giving you a list of where that is. And then of course there's other circumstances like where your travel is prevented, and you could get an extenuating circumstance refund for that. But there's a lot of guests who are canceling their plans because they're disappointed because they can't come to the rodeo or events near you, and they're just like, the one said, the city's on lockdown. They canceled the rodeo. We want a refund. We didn't plan for this. So here's what I'm writing as a response. Dear guest, yes, we did not plan for this either. It's a terrible misfortune that Houston has canceled its rodeo. But I have good news. I'm willing to reinstate your reservation in just in case you decide to still come to Houston, because we do have a strict cancellation policy and we can't refund you outside of our cancellation policy. But I can tell you that Houston's a wonderful city, and I can help you make sure that your stay here is absolutely awesome and fun, because there's so much more to do in Houston than just go to the rodeo. Houston otherwise is not compromised. Everything else is still open. The reason why the Houston rodeo was canceled was a precaution to prevent people from getting sick in case there would be an outbreak at this event. They don't want it to spread so rapidly. So it's not that there is a problem, it's order to prevent a problem. They just don't want to take the risk. So with that said, I invite you to come stay in Houston. Don't cancel your plans. You have a vacation to take. Have some fun here in Houston. It's a great city. And if you want to reinstate your reservation, I'll allow you to reinstate it. I'll ask Airbnb to undo your cancellation if at all possible. But if you want to uphold your cancellation and not come to Houston, I'm sorry. We do have a strict cancellation policy that we cannot waver from. Thank you very much. So this is going to be our response to guests to encourage them to still come to our city. But sorry, we do have a cancellation policy because we have bills to pay. Now, if you get a bunch of cancellations, whether or not the guest gets refunded or not, your next plan is to go into your calendar and adjust your rates. It'd be really, really cool if, guests of course don't get a full refund, so you don't have to eat this entire loss yourself, but you will want to discount your rates, considering that a lot of these reservations are last minute cancellations. You'll need to readjust your prices right now to reflect that you only have like a day or 2 or 5 to get rebooked again. So pretty much switch to plan B and start readjusting your prices to make sure that you can recapture some additional revenue or some of those lost revenues. Now, with that said, I'm going to leave 2 links in the description. One, of course, we've already mentioned the extenuating circumstance policy, but Airbnb is making a change. I feel like we're in like World of Warcraft, where they're giving a boost to the flexible cancellation policy. And thank you, Robert from Houston, for sharing this in the host of the Houston host group on Facebook. This is outlining that they're giving some benefits if you have a flexible cancellation policy, because they want more people to travel in light of this risk, right? So they want you to book on Airbnb with the thought that you might cancel, right? So what they're doing is they're giving hosts a SEO boost more for being flexible. They're waiving the 3% host fee if you're flexible, which is actually a pretty cool little boost there too. And they're creating a new search filter where people can select the cancellation policies, flexible, moderate, strict. Now, it's always been true that strict cancellation policies make the most net money, even after cancellations are included. But now that may change, because flexible, you get a 3% boost on all of your reservations. You get the waive the cancellation fee, or they'll waive the 3% admin fee for credit card transactions. That's actually a huge boost if you think about it, because if hosts made on average 7% less by being flexible as opposed to being strict, now you're getting a 3% boost across the board, which is cool, and you get an SEO boost. So there might be a reason to change here down the road, and this may only be a temporary fix. This may not be a forever thing. So check out those links. I'm gonna leave you some other resources in the body. I don't want this to be a terribly long video. I just want you to know that we're going through it. We've got a canned message for people who are going to cancel. We're speaking with Airbnb and sending them their own cancellation policies to make sure that they don't accidentally award the guest more money than they're supposed to. And we're letting people rebook the same dates at $0 to try to convince them to keep their reservations if all possible. Remember to be cordial, be polite, but be firm, because we have our policies for a reason. You have holding costs in this business, don't you? So if you have any questions, you want more updates, leave them in the comments. I look forward to making this a conversation as usual. I will see you down there in the comments. Thanks for watching Airbnb Automated. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you on the other side.